What is up, everybody? It's your boy Verse here today, and we have to talk about this recent news announcement that Sony has made concerning the PSVR2. Now, I don't know why Sony is doing all these crazy moves, these crazy tactics, but they made a statement recently how they're trying to protect their gamers from with the whole CMA thing, how they trying to protect their gamers. I don't know how they're protecting their games with moves like this, because apparently the new PSVR2 won't be backwards compatible with the previous PSVR. Sony has just confirmed that. So if you were a hardcore investor into the first PSVR, you have all those games. Those games won't transfer over to the newest one. So you're just, I don't know what you do with that old one. I guess you just keep that old one in your closet when you want to play those old games. This is kind of crazy that the new one can't play the same old games as well. So this is just wild. Like, how do you not have backwards compatibility for the newest VR system? So it's just like each new announcement that Sony makes, it is just horrendous. It's like one after another, one after another with each one of these new announcements. It's like just horrendous stuff. Decisions are being made. So this is definitely not consumer friendly right here, because if you got a whole library installed, you have to start all the way over on PSVR 2. So kind of crazy. Like, I don't think any other VR service, any other VR headset does the same thing, where you got to start completely over if you got a new model of it. So it's just interesting. It's just kind of wild that Sony has decided to make this decision where none of the old games transfer over. So yeah, that kind of sucks. It's definitely not good news right there. Like I said before previously, I'm not a fan of VR2, but that kind of sucks for people who are trying to get into this thing, and you got a list of games previously from the previous one that you won't go over. It definitely sucks, so I kind of understand why people be pissed off about this, but that is Sony's decisions for you. They make these crazy decisions. They meanwhile complain about Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard with the Call of Duty franchise, and saying how that is protecting its customers because they're just looking out for their customers. Yeah, that whole looking out for the customers means they're trying to protect their bottom line, trying to make sure the money train from Call of Duty is not being affected or not being altered in any way, shape, or form. Because if you were truly trying to protect your customers, then why would you not have your new system be backwards compatible with the old games? So it's just wild right here. But let's see if people gotta say. How disappointing. And for that reason, I'm out. They finally believe in generations. And this is probably the wrong way to fulfill that believe in generations statement. Like, this is probably one of the worst ways you can do that. So it's like, I guess they're just picking and choosing which how they want to believe in generations, because this is kind of wild right here. It's used to make people pay $10 more for an upgrade or $7 for a remake. Man, all the dudes who don't have a PSVR 1 is going to be pissed. The guy says, I do have a PSVR and I am pissed. Yeah, because you're just stuck with those games. You're just going to be stuck on that one PSVR. They won't go to the second one. So that's just insane right there, to be honest. It's like, so if you do buy the next one, you do buy the second one, and you got the old one, do you just like put the old one in the closet, or what do you do with the old one at that point? Like, you just keep it around still? You know, it's outdated technology. You rather play the old stuff or the newer one? Like, wow. You could have found a way. It is just a display and made it work with the old controller, or made a mold for these to emulate them. Basically, if they cared, they would. So people are just saying Sony just didn't give a crap at this point to do this. It's just wild. It's just so. They're going everything they can to make it so they can't stand toe to toe with Nintendo ever again. Boy, they are dropping the ball left and right. Facepalm. They definitely are, because like I said, each one of these different announcements that I've been seeing from Sony's side of view, there's been something super negative or something like ridiculous. So. Wow, there is zero excuse for this. This is truly pathetic. I already bought a bunch of games for the first one. Never again. I'm pretty sure a lot of customers are probably turned off by this news and probably won't invest in the second one, to be honest. Because what if there's a PSVR 3? Will they not transfer over as well too? So It's just a bad precedent. So like your games aren't transferring over when I'm pretty sure it can't be that difficult to make the games transfer over. Like it's the same. It looks the same to me. So I don't know what's really the difference. They look the same. So I don't know. It's always 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and this is a massive step back at that. Jeez. Sony is taking L's. That's unbelievable. Well, that guarantees I am not getting it. Was hoping great PSVR games like Astrobot Rescue Mission and Resident 7 would be playable on PSVR2. Otherwise, the game library is bare bones. It's a no for me. A lot of people saying they're not buying it. Disappointed, but more so because it felt like a tone-deaf company statement and the way it's worded. I completely understand why PSVR 2 hardware cannot emulate PSVR 1 hardware for native backwards compatibility support. I mean, is it really that difficult? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much about VR technology, but I guess it's really that difficult to put these games on a second one. Another L, shaking my head for the payers. This is adequate in so many ways. Bet your ass you can buy them again with a remake or remaster for another $70. Yeah, if they remaster some of those popular games on the first one, that's gonna be very scumbaggish that you gotta pay their new price if they just remaster the old game instead of just putting on a new one in the first place. That's gonna be very scumbaggish if they do that. Which I'm pretty sure they probably will do as they do to their main PS5 console. They charge people more for the same games they did in the past. Wow, F off. I know Sony hates the idea of you enjoying an old product instead of buying new products, but this is especially bad. Sony pulls a Sony. I say it every time just when you think they couldn't be any more anti-consumer. PlayStation's like, hold my beer, pretty much. PlayStation's doing their best to keep the heat off Xbox as they enter their rather vacant holiday season. Honestly, this is why console wars are such a myth to me. Okay. This is a major L. Sony and not respect the backwards compatibility. Name a better duo. Guess I'm stuck playing Skyrim VR with a janky headset then. People wanted a next-gen experience from PlayStation like Ryan said. We believe in generations. Ryan is now giving you fully next-generation experience and people are still upset. I mean, that's a big difference. That is kind of wild. At least with the PS5, you can at least play PS4 games on your PS5, which is like you can still sell off your PS4 and still have a PS5 play all those old games. So that's completely different than if you sell off your first PSVR. Those games are just gone forever. They can't be transferred over to the new system. So it's not the same exactly. So Xbox buying Activision Blizzard will hurt PlayStation gamers, but not having backwards compatibility on your own systems isn't. Get your priorities straight, Sony. I definitely agree with that. They definitely should have their priorities straight than to complain about what Xbox is doing when they're hurting their own fan base by not allowing backwards compatibility for this headset right here. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Sony's pretty serious about that. Okay, so this guy says, can't wait to see the media, YouTube personalities, and dudes who are interested in buying a PSVR 2 having a meltdown over this. Here we go again. I mean, it is valid concern. You don't want people talking about this because it's talking about your precious box that you care so much about, and you don't want them facing any type of criticism. But it is a valid concern, though. If you have the first one, I would think you expect the games to go to the second one. It's like just an improved headset of the first one. So, I mean, that is a valid concern. Like, I don't see why he's saying it's not a valid concern. Why it's just like a fake outrage, but it is a very valid concern right there. So, for the players, I mean payers, how to damage a market with lots of potential that needs more maturing. Yeah, it's pretty much nobody is okay with this. They are literally using that phrase, we believe, generations to a new extreme with this one. It's like they could have did that with the whole PS5 generation, but they didn't do that. But yeah, now they want to just take that stance now with this one. It just makes no sense. But, you know, is Sony going to do what Sony does at this point? But yeah, I'm going to conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.